I am doing a road trip using my electric car, and so I've started in Sydney. I have 414 kilometers, which is 87% of charge. I'm taking a long way down to Melbourne. I'm going to visit my daughter. So I'm using ways to, you know, travel with, but I've also got a better route planner open, which is not actually a better route planner. It's a really rubbish piece of software. It's not intuitive because I cannot run any of the other programs on here that finds charges. Oh shit, where do I go? It's the, I need to go on the M23. Oh, straight. Let's go straight. So yeah, so the whole route planning charging thing in Australia, if you don't have a Tesla, is crap. So I'm now using Google Maps. You can actually do your Google Map thing, and then you can do a search for EV chargers, and then it'll show you those, and then you can say add these EV chargers, and then it'll take you there. So I'm going to an EV charger now. I've still got, you know, 59%, but I need to go to the toilet. What the hell? This is some bullshit, man. Berry Bowling Club, NRMA. Oh, it says available. Let's see. I have to now call them in order to charge at their stupid, shitty little charger, because you have to download the app and install it, and now it just says it can't send me a code. Okay, so I've called them. I'm now on the app. I'm connect, whatever. But now, when I plug in, it says here, connect and swipe. And then I've connected, and then when I swipe, it brings up an error message. What the fuck? So I'm finally charging. That was just way too complicated. It cost me, I had to call 2 different places at the NRMA to get this going. Nothing is obvious. Nothing is intuitive. It's just a shit show. Really. You need to do better, NRMA. This is not good enough. Another problem with these chargers are they put in such shitty spots. This is a Bolo, and I can go and play the pokies while I wait for my car, or I can drink some alcohol. Okay, I didn't know this, but literally 5 minutes walk from there is the whole village, and it's a really cute village. Look at it. There's stuff going on, people are doing things. Yeah. So that village was Berry. Really cute, really nice. This is some really pretty countryside. It's all green, and there's mountains and animals. Really pretty. See, that's the shit thing. I'm charging only at 16 kilowatt, and the Tesla next to me is hitting 48 kilowatt. That's not fair, man. This is in Bega, NRMA charger. It is here. It was good. It worked fine. It's all good now that I've got the app. It seems to work very well. So my thing is, I was gonna sleep in the car somewhere along the line, but this, you know, here is a parking lot, but it's very empty. There's like one shitty old car there, and I'm a bit worried about sleeping here where there's like nobody else. Cause yeah, I don't know the town, I don't know what things are like here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just carry on driving. So last night I slept in my car, which was not too bad actually. Yeah, it worked. It's a bit rough. It wasn't rough. It was just wasn't that well organized. It was just very random, but it actually worked. It's big enough, and this was a pretty bloody cool place. So I brought my boogie board with on this trip, hoping to swim to boogie board a couple of places, but it's raining. It is a really comfortable car to drive. I drive it on the, you know, on the self-driving thing or whatever, level 2 driving all the time. So I just got my hand on here and do a bit of steering, whatever. But it's just because of the, I mean, my feet are off the pedals, so I just sit here and I just got my hand on the wheel. It's really, you don't get tired driving. I could drive like for a long time, but because of the charging, I stop and charge, and that's actually really nice because you know, I get to a place and I charge and I hang out a bit. Some of them, the problem with the chargers are they put in shitty places. They don't put them in nice places. They have to rethink this whole charging, where they put chargers thing, because if you have to sit around for half an hour or an hour, you know, most people have got a bit of money in their pocket and they want to spend it and they want to do, you know, want to have a nice experience. You know, put it next to a beach so you can swim while your car charge. Don't put it in some grotty parking lot, you know, where it looks like you'll get mugged. Just change the whole thought process behind all of this. Because this is the future. This is it. This is what, you know, all cars are becoming. It's electric cars. We're all going to have to charge. So, anyway, this is a really cool car to drive long distance in. Absolutely great. Doing this long road to Melbourne, absolutely worth it. This is exquisite. This is an exquisite ride. It's just so beautiful. This is pretty cool. This is Khan River. I'm charging on a ChargeFox here. And they've even got a little thing here, the timeline history development of electric vehicles. This is done right. There's a playground here for kids. There's coffee shops over there, there's bakery, there's everything here. This is a good spot to charge. So I am in Barnsdale, I think it is. And there's a ChargeFox over there. That was busy, and luckily there's an EV here. And then I got here, the guy left and I plugged in immediately. And I think there's another EV charger somewhere in the town. So tiny little town. It's got 3 different chargers. Whoa, this is pretty wild. I cannot remember the last time I've been in rain this heavy. This is my last leg to Melbourne. I've charged. I don't need to charge anymore. But this is unexpected. I know it's really raining in Melbourne at the moment. But wow. I'm beginning to really like the BYD app. I think it works really well. I've had a lovely time in Melbourne with my daughter. Ate some good food, saw some good art, and now I'm on my way back to Sydney. So I started off at about 94%, and I'm not going the slow way home. I'm just gunning it. I'm going to see if I can do this in one day. Actually, I'm going to do it one day. Look at this. This is a huge solar farm near Glenrowan. Wow, that is quite amazing. I have never seen one of these things. Pretty cool. Okay. Beep beep pulse. Let's see if there's an open charger. That was interesting. So our chargers are crossed over because the guy next to me says that that charger wasn't working, but I think it wasn't working with his car. He's driving a Volvo, but it works fine with my car. It's charging, but because it's a BP pulse, I assume, yep, because there's 2 cars attached to this one box, it'll only do half charge. So it's running 23.4 kilowatt instead of 50. What I did discover was that the navigation, the BYD navigation, is actually amazing. I don't know if it's with the update, the latest version, but let me show you. It's brilliant. Okay, that's the only thing that I don't know why the hell it's got that. See that? That's just stupid. I don't know. Every time I start it, it does that. Got it? Resume trip. Well, I just got my trip in there, so I'll just do that. But so here, so there's my charging. But if you click that, see the little thing there, you click that, it then calculates. It says here range up to 236 kilometer, whatever, and then you can press that little button there, and it'll give you where you charging point. So my next charging point is going to be that one over there. That's the one that I'm going to charge. So I'll click on it and add to trip. So there we go. So that's what I'm doing from now on. I'm using this thing because it actually works.
Took his radical ideas somewhere that they might be accepted.
So I'm sitting at 124 Ks, 31%, and this is Holbrook, and there are some NRMA charges here, I think it is. So I'm gonna do a charge here and then carry on. I still think the NRMA should get out of the charging business because they just confuse the shit out of everything. This is a shit charger. It does 10 kilowatts. There it goes on 11. And so people would come here and think there's a charger here, but then there's a piece of shit here. You know, they should close up shop and allow proper charging companies to put chargers in. This is just, and it's just one. So now I've driven all this way to come and charge this, and I kind of plan my journey to charge here, and this is a piece of shit. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next chargers, which is EV chargers, and that is 69 kilometers away. That is cutting it very, very tight. I've got 123 Ks, 31%. I don't know, I suppose it'll work out. So here's the problem right now with traveling, especially long distance in an EV. A normal car, you drive, you get, when you need run low on fuel, there'll be a fuel station, and the fuel station will have fuel. For an EV, so I am running, I've got 56 Ks, I'm sitting at 15%. The charging station is 15 kilometers away, which is fine. I've got 55 Ks. But what if I get there and the chargers are broken? What then? Then I'm stuffed. Totally stuffed, because these are the only chargers in this town. The next chargers is so far away, there's no ways I can make it. I'll be able to make it. So there is always an uncertainty on whether the chargers are working or not. And quite often in the apps, they're not updated if they're broken, especially the NRMA chargers. They don't update them. So this is like a total gamble, and that's where this whole, where it's a bit still a bit stressful when you drive in an EV, especially long distance. They say there's 4 chargers, but as you know, there aren't. There'll be 2 chargers. They'll have the proper charge cable on the one side, and then they'll have that obsolete piece of rubbish on the other side that nobody uses, and then they call that 2 chargers, which is just rubbish. So there's 2 chargers here. They could both actually be busy, which is fine. I can wait then. I'll just wait. But you know, there's all these things that makes driving an EV at the moment still a problem. The government has said that by the end of this year they're going to double the EV charges, but you know, I don't know, who knows? I mean, it's for instance, they will probably look at this place and say, oh well, we don't need to put an EV charger, there's already 4 chargers. There's not 4 chargers, there's 2 chargers. And so I don't know, man, this is still problematic. There needs to be somebody or something needs to take charge of this whole bloody thing. And don't say the market will take care of it. The market don't give a shit. They just want to make money. So yeah, so it is still very much problematic driving an EV long distance. We're in business. Check it out. It's gonna take me an hour to charge. I'm sitting around, I'm gonna have lunch. So I'm done, I'm at 99%. And there was another guy waiting, so I just giving me that 1%. But that was quite interesting. So that's Audi e-tron parked next to me, which probably cost 4 times, I'd say 4 or 3 times as much as my car, was charging at 3 times the speed of my car. I was getting, at that point, 48. He was getting 148. Okay, so I'm in yes to charge. Once again, no indication of where the chargers are. NRMA chargers, by the way, which are generally the worst. Ah, here we go. Check the electric car and then you know there's a charger. Oh, fuck me, there's... Okay, there's only one. It says there's 2, but there's actually only one. The guy says 5 minutes. Excellent. This is something I haven't encountered before. You can only charge to 80% on this one, but I'm sitting on 70% and it's kicked me off and it won't allow me to carry on charging. I have a suspicion that the Tesla next door to me that's waiting here might have pressed the red button. Anyway, I'm buggering off. I've got enough. I'll go to the next one. I've installed a plug share on the Atto 3, but it doesn't work. The ads work, but the app itself does not work. Luckily I got here like a second before the Tesla, and he tried using the other charging port, but it's obsolete. Nobody uses that anymore. 70 kilowatt. I'm happy to sit here for 54 minutes and then I'm going home. So that was my last charge. 350 k's. I've got about 160 to get to home. Yeah, that was a really good trip. It's about 12 hours, I think, sort of. I mean, I didn't push it too much. Yeah, I will be home at about 8:30. I left about 8:30 this morning. I'll be home at 8:30. Pleasant trip, thoroughly enjoyed it. Cool. Actually, no problems this time. Yeah. See you. I'm going exactly 110. Look at that guy go. E-plater. I'm home at exactly 8:43.